Okay, so this video that I'm doing is going to be on addiction, and I feel like I have a fair say in how stuff like that goes down. I definitely don't feel like I have all the right to say this, but I have the experience to say this. So I'm just gonna start off from my point, from where I started out. Just about to get out of high school when I was 17, and had some shit, my back is fucked up, and it's gonna be fucked up for life. And so I was prescribed painkillers, Norcos, 10 milligrams, and I'm still taking them to this day, 6 years later. I rely on them. I can't wake up in the morning and feel like I can do anything without having some of them. And it's at the point where when I was about 19, I took 30 of those fuckers. I took 30 of those in one day, for the whole day, and my mom found out and all this, so now she's the one that's in control of how many I get, which is how much I'm prescribed per day, so I don't end up taking them all in the first week and then having 3 weeks of, like the first week being withdrawals, and then the rest just being craving for it. And I still, like I said, I still take them because it's what gets me motivated to go out and do stuff that I normally wouldn't without them, unfortunately. So it does. Addiction fucks lives up, fucks up your relationship with everybody, with fucking everybody you know. And it's not, it's a bad thing. It's that whole like kids stay away. Wow, it's a lot of wind. It's a whole thing about like, kids stay away from drugs. And it's like, yeah, like I mean, when I was in high school, when I was a freshman, I started smoking weed, started smoking cigarettes. That was fine. They say it's a gateway drug, which, I mean, I suppose if you've gotten high off of weed before, then you'll be like, oh, well, I wonder what heroin's like. Like, that's not exactly how it happens. But I mean, once you're like, oh, well, I've smoked weed, so I know what it's like to be high, then all of a sudden I'm gonna go start hanging out with a bunch of tweakers and then start fucking smoking meth with them. It doesn't necessarily work like that, but that story that I just said has happened, and I'm sure it's happened plenty of fucking times. But it's not, I don't know how else to really explain it. Like, if you're curious, and like especially during the time of middle school and high school, which I feel like every kid has a lot of stress in their life that they got to deal with, and they're still figuring out how to deal with the stress. So some of them just say, I'm gonna just try smoking weed with that one stoner friend that I got, which is what I did. And it was cool, I guess. I still smoke weed to this day too, but not that often. Like once a day will be good enough for me, because I don't need weed for the high, I need it to help my mentality. The Norcos, I need that high for my back so I can get up and do shit. So yeah, the whole thing with addiction is, it's like a person. Like, if I had to think about the pills that I have to take, I picture them as like a person I gotta see every day. Otherwise, I won't have a good day guaranteed. And it's to the point where, like, even if I have as many pain pills as I need, I still have bad days, and it just coincides with each other, even though I don't want to relate how good my day is to how much of my fix I've gotten. And that's just the way it is for me. But if there's anything I would have to say, it's maybe if you can't talk to your parents about it, talk to a friend about it. Tell them about your experience, tell them about what you're going through. And it's not even just to say, oh, well, their point of view will definitely make me think different. It's once you speak, once you say how you're doing and everything, you just feel better because you've gotten someone else that you trust enough to listen and know what you're saying. And it's a good thing always. But with addiction, the only thing is you can't quit just because you say I need to quit. You have to be ready to quit, because you're going to be reminded everywhere you look, it's going to remind you of the addiction that you're addiction you're dependent on. So just try to open up to somebody that you know will take you seriously. And then this is all if if you want to quit. Like for me, I don't want to quit taking my pain pills because unfortunately I like the high I get off them. I'm on them right now. And because I need them to fucking go out and do shit that regular people do. Like I don't unfortunately have a job right now, but my psychiatrist says, you need to try going on Social Security income for a while. So for 3 or 4 months now, I've been doing all the paperwork, and it's a pain in the ass. But I mean, it's for my peace of mind. It's so I can have some money to contribute to anything I need for my band. If I need to go buy some cymbals, if I need to go buy some chords, strings, whatever, I'll have something to contribute, because I feel shitty when I can't even contribute money. That's the basic thing that makes, it's a monopoly. If you don't have money, you're not shit. That's just the fucking way that everything was developed. Because it's the most convenient way, I guess. It's fucking physical labor put on a bill. It's, somebody earned this. They didn't just fucking find it. And if you do just find money on the ground, it feels fucking great. Well, I'm getting way off topic. So yeah, just try your best to say that you don't need something that you feel like you need, in the most simplest way, because that helps you with your self-control, period. If you're gonna fuck around with drugs, or if you're gonna fuck around with a risky career, you need to have self-control. You need that. And there's many different ways of building self-control. I know this is fucking gonna sound stupid, but like cringe compilations, I watch them, and I noticed that like if I make myself sit through them, I'll say, okay, well, I fucking made it through this hour and 46-minute cringe video, and I feel like shit, but like I proved to myself that I could get through it. Like that's one step of like saying that, well, not saying, it's just one step of seeing that you do have some sort of willpower. And when it comes to drugs, you need willpower. When it comes to addiction, no matter how much willpower it feels like you put into it, it never feels like it's enough. It's a big problem, and it's unfortunate that people have to go through it, especially if those people are poor, which is the majority, as you guys know. So I mean, if you're gonna fucking go out and do drugs, like, do it socially at first. God, I sound so fucking like a badass influence. If you're curious about drugs, and when your friend smokes weed or whatever, go hang out with them and try it. Stay with them the whole time until you're sober again. Don't associate your friendship with them as doing drugs with them, because I've had my friendships destroyed that way. I've had friends that I knew way back in the day that have thought I've been doing things with their girlfriend or whatever, and I felt like the only reason why they still put up with me coming over there was because I'd go and smoke all my weed with them and stuff. And it really fucked up the way I saw our relationship. I even talked to some people about it, and they said, it's only as awkward as you make it. So I said, cool, like, I'll just come back to his house, and then it'll be like nothing even happened. And he still acted the same, so I had to cut off all my ties with him, unfortunately, but all you can do is really do your best to recognize everything. I always think, right now I'm thinking, the main idea of this channel I'm starting is all about tuning your perception on things. That's a very good skill to have, I think. Have willpower, have self-control, and especially have the ability to think outside the box, to think of gimmicks, to think of anything you really can, because if you're always in the creative process, I've noticed for myself at least that it helps me get through times when time seems like it's going by real slow, and it also helps you get a skill throughout it. Like right now I'm working on sharpening this little katana thing. It's a dull piece of shit. It's shitty, but I'm putting a blade on it, and then I'm gonna test it out like I did with another one I did, and it took some time. My fingers are fucking sore and raw, but it felt good at the end of the day to know that I did all that on my own. So I guess it wraps around to my last video. Find a hobby. Fucking do it. Do what you love. Just fucking... As long as it's not harmful and you recognize that it's not harmful, fucking do it. Just don't stop yourself. Don't tell yourself tomorrow. You know, I'm getting all Shia LaBeouf. Fuck it. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna wrap it up right here because I keep fucking rambling. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I think I'm gonna cover depression, and that one's gonna be a long one because yeah. But yeah, so I always stay motivated, guys. See you later.